Hi, so in this video I'll be showing you how to produce a site plan, and this site plan will be based on a past paper question, a CXC past paper question that is, and it reads that we are to draw of a scale 1 in 150 the building that is going to be provided, that's this one here, on the site given. This is the site. Alright, and it says that the front corner labeled X must be located at 5,100 millimeters from the road and 4,200 millimeters from the south boundary line. Now the front of the building must be parallel to the existing road. Alright, the complete site plan must include the following. So they're grading it based on these here. The proposed building, setback distance from the boundary line, that's these right here, the driveway and the roadway, septic tank, soakaway and sewer line. Alright, you should also dimension the property lines, add the north arrow, ensure that the drawing is correctly labeled, print a suitable title at the bottom, and scale and lay out your drawing, produce your PDF, and that's it. Now they have given us some specification here. You don't need to worry yourself up too much about these. Alright, however, we do know that the roof, hip roof, has a overhang of 450. Alright, all of this is worth 80 marks. Here is the building. At this point now you can decide, what am I going to start drawing first, the building or the site plan? Alright, now because this is about the site plan and everybody knows to do the building already, I'm going to start things off with the site plan. As you can see here, and let me rotate this a bit. Here we have the site plan. Here's where they want the septic tank to be. Alright, so we need to draw it there, and we'll probably put the soakaway somewhere over here. Our building is going to be somewhere down here, south boundary, parallel to the roadway. Alright, so we're going to be producing this drawing now, and it will be based on these angles given to us. Alright, now I have AutoCAD here opened up. And what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to be taking a little screenshot, so I'm not going back and forth with my screen. Alright, now in the exam you'll have your paper directly in front of you, so you won't have this challenge that I'm facing now. So let me just scale this to the right size, and I'm scaling using reference point. Let me turn this off and this as well, and I know the distance between this point and this point, and it is actually that 20,585. Alright, so now it's the right size. So now what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be drawing my site or my property now. And I'm going to start things off by just drawing a random line like this. Alright, and then at this side I'm just going to draw another line like this, and the length of it is going to be equal to 23,847. so 23,847. Alright, let me activate my dimension tool here, and I'm going to select angular dimension. I'm going to check what angle this is here. Now this is actually 62 and it should be 53. So what am I going to do? I'm going to rotate this line here, RO, enter, and I'm going to rotate it using this apex here as my base point. I'm going to rotate it because it was what, 62, and it needs to be what, 53, so I need to rotate it 9 degrees. Alright, so now it's where it should be, 53. Alright, now once that is in place, it's time for us to draw the remaining property boundaries. Now please bear in mind that you'll have to set up your layers. There are special line types that you'll use for your site plan, especially to represent the boundaries special line waiting to represent your sewer line, things like that. So now I'm going to be drawing, that's this property boundary here that measures 17,000. I'm just going to draw a line, or you could work out the angle here. So if you want to enter this angle, you can use your relative dynamic input. So you're basically going to be holding down what would this be, their @ symbol. Alright, then you enter the length of the line, which is going to be 17,000. So I'm giving you all the strategies that you could use, and then you enter the greater than sign, and then you enter the angle, which is 132, and press enter. Now this one here, it actually put it up here, but we don't want it there, so I'm just going to just put it where it needs to be by let's see, mirroring it. Let me turn this on. Alright, yes, and let's check to see what that angle is right here. Now it should be 132, it's 126, so we need to add 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6 degrees to this here. So I'm going to rotate this, and I'm going to enter -6 because I'm going the opposite direction. Minus is when I'm going anti-clockwise, and you just enter the raw number or raw degree when you're going in a anti-clockwise direction, and minus when you're going in a clockwise direction. That is when you want to modify dimensions. Alright, now the next boundary line I'm going to enter or going to draw is this one here. That's this one here. That is actually 20,550, 580 something, so it's 20,585. Alright, I'm going to check to see what the angle is now, so I'm going to use my dimension tool here, and it is at 97. It should be 90, so I'm going to rotate it 7 degree, or enter 7, enter. Alright, now everything should line up where they should be. For example, this one here. So all I'll do at this point now is to simply trim what needs to be trimmed, fillet what needs to be filleted. Now you see all these corners. What I'm going to be doing to these corners is that I'm going to be adding some marker symbols. So basically these circles that you see there. Now the radius of these circles is not important. Just use your judgment for things like this. Alright, just like that. And then you're going to be placing this at everywhere there is a joint in the property boundary. So for example, there's going to be one here, there should be one down here as well. Alright, so those are the corners of the breaks in my property. Alright, now once I have that in place, I can now draw my roadway. Now if it didn't give us the roadway, then we'll have to just work out something. Let's see if we got a roadway specification. No, it didn't. So we're going to make our roadway about 30 feet. So about 30 feet is good enough. That's how roadways are here in our country. Alright, so 30 feet in millimeters would be 30 times an approximation of 300. So that would be 9,000. So I'm going to offset this west facing boundary line by 9,000. And this would be my road. Alright, now you can add more stuff to this by adding sidewalks and all that stuff, but at this point I'm going to be producing the drawing for my building. Alright, because we need the building for the site plan. So let me go here and find my building. I'm going to do another screenshot, and I'm going to be quickly producing this layout here. So I'm giving myself about 6 to 7 minutes to have this completed. That's my building, that is. Let me scale this. SC, enter, click here. enter for reference, turn off this for a little while, and then select between 2 points that I know the measurement for, and that is between these points, which is actually 5,475. Alright, now I'm going to be drawing my little building here, and I'm going to be drawing it based on the measurements given here. Now I'll be quickly producing this. Alright, now let's look at our specification sheet. It says that our walls are actually, our external walls are 150 millimeters thick. So I'm going to be drawing that. Now I'm going to be using the multi-line tool to produce these here. So I'm going to type ML for multi-line tool, enter, change my justification to 0, which will make, if you know about the multi-line tool, you'll understand what's going on. Change my scale to 150 because that's the thickness of the wall. Alright, now I'm going to be drawing out my building. So I'm going down now, because I'm starting with this side here. The measurement is 8,050. So I'm going to draw a line down, 8,050. Alright, I'm going to be going across by these measurements here. So the first one that I see is 5,825. Alright, then it continues over for 5,475. So I'm going to enter 5,475. It goes up now by 4,300. It goes up even further by 3,725. 3,725. And now it's going back over, and I'm going to go all the way. Well, I'm going to break it because I want to snap to some specific point. So I'm going to enter the measurements as I'm seeing it here. So this one here is 3,725. And you can use this strategy when if you were to get a floor plan in your CXC exam as well. 2,950. And then finally we have 4,625. Now see how things match up there. Now I'm going to be adding the other parts. So I'm going to use my multi-line tool still. Now they said that the internal walls are I believe it's 100 millimeter. So after I activate my multi-line tool, I'm going to change the scale to 100. Alright, now here let me turn on my OSnap here, and I'm going to find where the break is. Here's where it's breaks, so it's going to be going up by a certain amount. I don't know how much it is as yet. Don't know how much it is. Going over by a certain amount here, and then I'm going to find where the break is up here. And it's the reason why I was entering the fragmented measurement. The next break is right here. Going down. Alright. The next break is somewhere along here. Let me see if I can find it. Right here. There is a break. Going all the way over. There are other breaks. Where else? I think I have added all the walls. So now what I'm going to be doing is, oh, here's one here. So I believe there is one supposed to be going somewhere here and somewhere there. But first, let us fillet these walls here. So what I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using a tool known as multi-line edit. That's this one here. This window will pop up, and these are basically like filleting tool. All right. So for example, we have this one here. All right, and we have this one here. So what this one does, it merges 3 lines. So here's what I'm going to do. Let me click on this one here and click on this and this. Let me undo that. Click on this. Hopefully this works. ML edit. Alright, so let's see if we can fillet these. So we're filleting this and this. Alright, so that has merged. Let's do the ML edit again. ML edit, and we're going to be editing corners. So we're going to be joining this corner here to this corner here. See how that joins up? For this one here, let me grab on this and extend, close that one together, and all of this here is now all cleaned up. If you do ML edit again, you can clean up these joints here if you like. Alright, but what I'm going to be doing at this point now is that I'm going to be selecting everything and typing explode to get rid of what I don't need, trim out whatever needs to be trimmed. So for example, all of this fancy stuff here needs to go. Cleaning out all the excess here. Alright, where else? Here as well. And then it's just a matter of us adding the windows and the door. Now there's going to be a wall coming down here and one going across. The measurement for it is 1000, so I'm going to offset 1175 to my right, like this, and then 1025 up, 1025 up from this line here, and that is basically going to represent my wall. I can now use my multi-line edit tool, ML multi-line tool, to draw in that wall there. And once I have the wall in place, I can now erase these two lines because I have no further use for them. I can now trim what needs to be trimmed and clean up my drawing. And the only thing that is missing is my doors and my windows and all that fancy stuff. Alright, now I need to identify my kitchen, because I know that at my kitchen there is going to be drainage information or plumbing information on my bathroom as well, if there is any. I don't see any, but I do see the kitchen. Now once this is in place, this is time for us to now add our roof. So I'm going to join everything back together, and I'm going to offset the 450 overhang. Now this 450, let me sort out this corner here. Alright, this corner needs some tidying up as well. Alright, so let me do that jointing again. So let's join everything together and offset the overhang for our roof. What did I just enter? Offset 450. Yes, 450. Alright, so that's our roof, and it has a hip roof. So what we're going to be doing is that we're going to draw the roof outline. Angles are 45 here. Let me see if I'm not seeing my dynamic tracking line. Oh, alright, so now it should come up. Alright, grab onto this line, mirror to the other side, mirror to the other side. Once you're doing that, everything should be fine. So let's just move this one here. Fill out the corners. Once you fill out the corners, we'll mirror to the other side. And let's move it to where it needs to be. And let's draw in the ridge. That's the roof. This here, let's change these to in detail line. So let's go to something that has a broken line. Yes, let's just use this one here, and then we'll place our roof on our A roof layer. All right. So we have our building here. All right. So let's now place it on our site plan here. Now they told us that the setback, all right, the setback, and they were talking about this corner here of the building, wherever X is. Here is X. All right. So here is X. Here is X. All right. So X needs to be somewhere along here. The front of the building is going to be parallel to the road. Alright, so what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be adding our setbacks based on the measurements. So they say that it can't be any closer than or it is located 5,100 from the front, or from the front of the road, or from the road. So 5,100. So I'm going to offset 5,100, this line here, inwards like that, and this is my front boundary setback. And then the other measurement is actually 4,200. 4,200. The 4,200 is coming from where? Here. So offset 4,200. Alright. Now I know that my building can't be any closer than this point here. So my building needs to be in this space here. Whatever is going on to the back here, not really important. We can add the setbacks or make up our own setback for the back portions of the property, and we can say it's 900, right? So let's just offset 900. Alright, and let's just fill out the corner. So our building is going to be within this space. We're not going to make our septic tank or any other property structures any closer than these points. No, not 900, 1500. 1500, which is about 5. 1500 is about 5 feet, I think. Alright, so these are our boundary setbacks. Alright, so let's now place our building on the property. So let's copy this here. Now at this point, I'm just going to quickly group what is going on here. I'm going to group what we have here, and then I'm going to place it on our property. So let's grab everything here, group everything together as one. Let's hope it does group. No, it didn't. Anyways, let's place it. CP, grab onto it here, and I believe that we're referring to the wall. Or let me double check. Now, oh, the X corner and the X is the wall. Alright, so it is going to be placed right here. Now remember, they said that the front of the building should be parallel to the roadway. So I'm going to rotate my building. I'm going to be rotating my building so that it is parallel. Now there is a command that is known as, I remember what it's called, that allows you to align everything here, but I don't remember the command at the moment, so I'm just going to rotate my object here. But let me find out what's the angle that I need to rotate the object first. So let's find out here and here. No, this is one that I need to find out. The angle is between the boundary there and this wall here. That is 47, so I need to rotate it 47. Alright, rotate it 47. Alright, so let me unselect these, and I'm going to RO, enter, click my base point, rotation is 47, and there you go. So that's the building there. Alright, so closest point. So, and here we have some issues going on there, but at least it's parallel to the roadway. So it's now time for us to add the stuff that needs to be added. Alright, now let's add the stuff that needs to be added, such as the septic tank, soakaway, and the sewer line. Now the septic tank is going to be placed over here somewhere, because they told us, and they even indicated right on our drawing right here. Now your septic tank is basically a rectangle. Alright, now the size of your rectangle or the septic tank varies based on the amount of rooms on the building, the amount of bathroom, or the amount of occupants. But in this case, we're going to be sketching it, so we're just going to work with some measurements. I'm going to work with 1500 in width, or width like that. Tab key, and the height is going to be 1,000. 1,300. That's about 10 feet. Alright, so this is going to be our septic tank, and our septic tank is going to be placed here. I'm going to rotate it a bit. Alright, just like that. I'm going to add some text. So I'm going to label it and say that this is our septic tank. Septic tank. Alright, so this is our septic tank. Text too small, let me increase the size of it. Alright, at least now it's visible. So we have our septic tank inside there. We need a soakaway. Our soakaway is going to be, I'm going to represent it using a circle. Radius of it can be whatever the diameter to work out to be about 1500. Let's just work with 750 for the radius. Alright, so this is the soakaway, so let's label that our soakaway. Grab this. Alright, soakaway. And our sewer line is basically what is going to connect our septic tank to our soakaway. Alright, so soakaway, septic tank here. Connecting that, I want them to line up a bit better, so let me just rotate my septic tank a bit. Let me pivot it around this where they're connecting. Alright, I'm also going to be having other sewer lines running. So for example, I think here is where the kitchen is, so I'm going to draw a little rectangle, and this rectangle is going to be measuring 600 by 600. So 600, tab key 600, and this is basically going to be representing a manhole, RO. Let's rotate this a bit so it's parallel to the building. I'm going to be placing this manhole, let's move it somewhere along here. Alright, and I'm going to be drawing a line that is going to be representing my sewer line to my septic tank right here. Now please bear in mind that the distance, you could possibly have another, depending on the size of the property, another manhole somewhere along there. Unless we remove the line here in the middle. Alright, now we have to label these as well, so we're going to label them, and we can write MH for manhole, but I'm just going to write the entire word, or let's just write MH. MH. You could even add a number to it as well, so MH number 2, and the first one would be MH number 1 for manhole number 1. So let's copy this and place it somewhere along here. MH number 1. Alright, so we have those in place. Now you could also have other stuff, because since this is a kitchen, you could have a grease trap as well, so you could do another rectangle. The distance or the measurement for the rectangle, you can make it 900 in width. Tab key, and we'll remain with the 600 millimeter height, if that makes sense, or depth or width. Alright, just simply draw a line through the middle. We're going to be rotating it, RO, enter. And then there's going to be a line. Let me move this. There's going to be a line running from this to this. Alright, now I'm going to be writing the name of this here, so I'm going to write, you can write out the word, or you could write grease trap. I'm just going to write GT there for grease trap. So if you don't write out the word, maybe you'll have to add a legend or a key for all of that. Now, along with these lines, you need to add the direction of the flow. So for example, water and all that stuff is running through these pipe here to go to the septic tank and the soakaway. Alright, so we need to show the direction in which the water is moving, or the liquid is moving. I'm going to be using a triangle, so I'm going to be drawing a 3-sided polygon. Where am I drawing a 3-sided polygon? Here. like this. The size of it can vary, so I'm going to make it about that size there, and I'm going to fill or hatch in. You don't have to hatch it, it's up to you. All of this here is optional, and I'm going to be copying this directional arrow here and placing it between the pipes like this. Alright, and I'm going to rotate. Alright, so it's showing you the way in which the sewer or the water flows, the wastewater, sewer line stuff. Alright, now we need to add a roadway at this point. So we need to add a roadway because they asked for the roadway, they want the north arrow, and they want all of that stuff. Alright, I'm going to be putting those in place now. So let me start things off by adding my north arrow, and I'm going to be creating another 3-sided polygon. You could pull out a north arrow from tool palette, but I'm not going to. I want to draw my own, and I'm going to add my text, N, capital N. It is going to be small, so I'm going to scale this up, or you can change the font size, it's up to you. Let's move these a bit closer. I mean, bear in mind my thing is a bit large now, so let me just make it about half the current size, 0.5. Alright, all of this here, let's put things on there relevant there. Alright, so that we have that there. Now our boundary, we have to have a special layer for this. I don't know if I have it on this here, but let's check if we do have our boundary. Yeah, we have a boundary. Alright, so we're placing our boundary line, our boundary lines, all of them should have the same line type here. We're going to be adding our driveway and all that stuff now. Now here is where they place the driveway, but we're going to be placing our driveway so that things match up, unless here is a garage or something, living room. So we're going to sort out our driveway now. Alright, now we need a sidewalk. Our sidewalk is going to be about well, a shaft shoulder first. That is going to be about 300, not 300, 600. So I'm going to offset this line here, 600. I'm going to then offset another 900. Alright, I'm going to just divide this space here. The purpose of this line is just so I can mirror this to the other side for the road. Alright. Alright, let me just leave that. Alright, let's now add our driveway. Let's put this on another layer. C road. Alright, cool. Now let's do our driveway. Now I'm going to be placing my driveway somewhere along here, and I'm going to be labeling it as well. I'm going to be using my spleen tool for this because I want my roadway to be a bit fancy. So let me turn off some of my snapping features here. Alright, here where the veranda is, I'm just going to add a little walkway thing. Probably have it connects somewhere along here. So let me fillet these corners here. Alright, clean up my drawings a bit. So this is my driveway in a sense. So let me offset this or copy it. It doesn't really matter as long as you have the road. Alright, now here I'm going to be trimming out these portion here because this is going to be my driveway. Alright, even here as well, so I'm gonna I'm going to extend these lines to match up with these. So EX, enter, send those over. Trim out the middle. I'm going to fillet this corner, but I'm going to fillet it with a radius. With a radius of about 1500. Maybe that's a bit too big, I don't know. We'll find out when we fillet it. Alright, no, it's perfect. So we're curving our driveway or our entryway like that. Trimming what needs to be trimmed out. Alright, so this is our driveway. Alright. Alright, so this is our driveway. Alright. What we're going to be doing now is that we're going to be adding our labels. So we're adding our labels to our driveway right here. Text is too small. Let's increase that to 500. Let's see. Alright, so here we have our driveway. Text is a bit too big though. Alright, so that's our driveway there. You could call this over here your walkway if you so desire. Alright, now we need to dimension our site. So we're dimensioning our site. What am I doing? Yes, linear, align. Let's dimension our site. Now let's check to see how they want us to dimension our site. Alright, so they're saying our scale for our site should be scale 1 in 150. I'm just going to change this here to 1 in 150. If it's not there, I have to create one. So I'll go custom. Add one in 150. Paper units, real life units is 150 in reality. So 1 in 50. Alright, now it's there. Okay. And let's go to 1 in 150. Let's add some dimensions. Alright, so our dimensions is automatically adjusted. And remember, these are on our dimension layer. So let's dimension the remaining portions. Let's just go to our dimension layer. So what we're going to be doing now, we're going to be measuring the distance that they were talking about, because they said we need to indicate those measurements because they said no closer. Alright, so we ensure that we added that there as well. Let's finish dimensioning our site plan here. So we can see where the road starts, stop, and all that stuff. We're doing here as well. Alright, you can also add other dimensions to include other portions of the building. So for example, you could capture this setback here. This setback here. Alright, and then you can fancy up your drawing now. Add whatever you need to add. So for example, let's see if they ask us for anything special. So we have proposed building, yes we do, or setback distance from the boundary line, driveway, roadway, septic tank, soakaway, sewer line, dimension, property line. We have the north arrow. We need to add our title. So we're going to be adding our title. Now you could do this from, you can pull from, you could write the text, site plan, or you could go to tool palette. The option is yours. I'm going to use, I'm just for simplicity purpose, because persons might not have design tool palette or all that stuff. So I'm going to just write in the thing here. So I'm going to write site plan. All right. Down below, scale is 1 in 150. All right. Now I always have the scale being half the current size of the top portion. So that is 250. Let's just make this 125. 125. All right. So half the current size. Let me underline this here using underline tool there. This text here, I want it to be to my right. Let me pull it over a bit. Alright, so that's it there. So now I'm going to make it a bit larger, so let's scale it up by about 4. Double it again. No, let's scale it up by 2. Alright, so site plan, let's label our roadway. At least that's what I think it's called. Existing road. Existing road. Yep, let's make this a bit bigger. And let's rotate it a bit. You can label these, so you can label sidewalks, soft shoulder, and all that fancy stuff. Alright, so this is what they ask for, and you can add so much more information to this given the time that you have. Alright, now additional stuff, for example, you could add these lines here to represent the other properties that are around. Alright, add those to your boundary line layer. Alright, here we go. Site plan completed based on what was asked of us. There's so much more that you can do to this. You could add some trees if you want and a bunch of other stuff. So if you go to design center by typing ADC on your keyboard, going to the one that says landscaping, double tap on blocks, you can pull out 3 trees. You can pull out your north arrow, shrubs, all of that fancy stuff. So let's drop some shrubs all over the place. Alright, let's see if we can find some trees. All of that stuff. You could pave your driveway if you want using various hatch pattern. Alright, so we have our shrubs here. Let's put our shrubs somewhere along there. Alright, you can pave your driveway if you so desire, but we'll have to close off here, and then you use your hatch pattern. The hatch pattern that you'll use, let's see if we can find a nice one. Let's see if we can find a nice one. Like this one here. Hatch that. You'll have to change the scale of it. So increase the scale to about 150. Alright, maybe that's a bit too large. Just go 75. Alright, so this would be our driveway in a sense, and we have our driveway paved. Driveway and walkway paved. Alright, and then out here now will be the asphalt road. Alright, so you decide how you would want to have it done. Alright, let me push this around. Morning. Yeah, and there you go, the site plan completed based on what was asked of you from the test. Alright, now if you have additional time, which you will, because you will have completed this task in about 30 to 40 minutes, you can play around, add more detail, add more information, make your site plan more personalized and very suitable to the standards that are needed based on what was asked of you. Now please bear in mind that they gave you a lot of information here. A lot of these would not or you wouldn't need this information on your site plan. Alright, so you have to pick out the portions that are needed for your site plan. Alright, that is it. I hope this video was helpful.